Vamos. Let's
Yay.
go. Happiness. Did they go open a business? I'm not broke. Mind your business. I don't know what they saying.
You know,
Happiness.
yes. If I wrote, we got to get
Hey.
unison next time. We always forget about the sound thing, so it need to be like where I say it or you say it, and then it don't like.
Right.
So we can really do it. Oh my god, that's so funny.
What up?
Hey,
What's going on,
bonsoir.
people?
Yes, greetings, Earthlings. What is
Yeah.
up?
We
My mama
biggity
in the
back.
house.
I said we biggity back. Remember them
Yes.
90s rap song? Diggity. We biggity back.
Wiggity. We nautical, no cap. Like, I mean, look, hey, that might be nice for the intro. Something like that, right?
Yes, I like that. I'm very 90s. Like I'm very, I'm very late
yes,
80s,
we
early 90s.
yes, we missed you guys. Thank
We
you
were
for
missed.
coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
gone. I
You
went
said
to Vegas for the weekend.
that's hilarious. Basically, right? Like our Vegas.
Yeah, it's right next door, pretty
That's
much. You know what I'm saying?
actually that actually makes sense. Hey, AB.
That's my new Vegas.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Pop,
Siobhan.
jump.
Bonsoir. Let me go get some napkins, y'all, because I'm kind of sweating already.
Y'all know how I be doing my African life. I just hop over to another African country right quick and then come right back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No cap. Exactly. No cap.
That's how I do. That's how I does.
Yes.
Hi,
Did y'all
Queen
do the bus at all?
Danetta. What up? Did we
Yes,
what?
that's my mom, Danetta.
Oh, hi, Miss Danetta.
That sounds like mama in the house. Yes. It's 7 people. Let
Tawana.
us know. H Blesso,
AB.
our moderator in the house.
AB be on it. H Blesso be on it. Siobhan
Yes.
Johnson, good evening.
Yes. We are
Yes.
so happy to see y'all.
You said that I take the bus?
Okay. Huh?
Oh, go ahead. We gotta introduce ourselves, I guess. For the
Oh,
people
that's
that
right.
don't be knowing.
So, look, be lenient. Look, it's been like 2 shows, right? Okay, you guys. So
Yeah.
I am De La Soul, and this is my lovely co-host.
Afro Millennial Mama. Bam, bam, bam,
And
bam.
together, we are Repat No Cap.
Repat no cap, baby.
Yes.
Oh, we got celebrities in the house tonight.
Hey, what is up? What is up? The Bag family in the house. Okay, let me pull us up.
Back. Biggity.
So
I'm gonna keep doing that all night. Biggity
no,
bag.
because we need the horn and the thing, the little corny background, the clapping hand and
Oh
everything. We got to work on that.
yeah.
Wait a minute,
Okay,
because
so
it's like right
you
here.
gonna get a
I can
you
play
gonna
it
get
on
a
my tablet. I bet
you gonna get a
it's
cowbell and I'm gonna get a triangle or something. We just gonna be like
no. That's doing too much. That's doing too much. No, that
watch.
would be
We're gonna
dope
have
though.
props.
Yes,
Y'all
that's what
bring
we
us some
need.
props when you come
Audio
visit.
props. So, how
Hmm.
was your repat week, sis?
My repat week was dope. It was fun filled, jam packed. I did
Really?
all the things. Um, has the rainy season stopped? It's kind of not really raining this week.
I think
Um,
so. I think so. It hasn't rained in like a few days here. It's been
yeah, I think it rained last
probably
night,
like
but
a week
I didn't
almost.
see none of it. It was probably just a little, but not like yeah, it hasn't been raining like in a couple of days, so I think it's
Yeah.
fizzling out. It was the Mago Tuba this week,
Yes.
so so I haven't had housekeeping services in since like Wednesday, So I've been working cleaning this house.
Yes.
Um,
Then.
what else? My cousin came back. Y'all didn't know, but my cousin came back
Yes,
again.
Tammy came back.
So I was running, ripping and running.
Yeah, if y'all don't remember who her cousin Tammy is, we talked about her. Just like we like to just share people's personal experience, but she had come and was like really like not really open to like the differences and how better Africa can be and certain things like that. And like the first, what was it, a few days, she was just like, no, I don't want to hear it. And then she just opened up. She done bought land here already. She's been back 2-3 times in the last few months.
You think like that trip like really exposed her and changed her mind. Wait till you see the vlog that come out from this time, because it's like I didn't recognize. I said I don't recognize you, fam. Like
really,
this is
oh
wow.
my god,
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So
That's all I'm gonna say. But so we went to Gambia for the weekend, so that's why we couldn't do the show. It was raining. It rains a lot more when you go further south, so it was raining a lot, and so the service wasn't that strong. It's rainy season, but it was still beautiful. And we had a good time. I got AC.
Oh, you
I'm
do?
feeling really cool. We had the actual units, but they weren't working yet. So now we got enough electricity, because we all natural. We got enough electricity to actually use them. So I'm using it right now, and I'm like, this is crazy. So
you're like, oh.
I put in all that work, sweating for over a year and a half.
Right. Y'all know here in Senegal, and maybe it seems like most of Africa at least, they don't really have what is it called again? Like I forget now. You end up forgetting what it was called.
Central.
Yeah, central.
Central air.
Haven't had it in so long.
Like at your job. They don't be having that. They don't be having it.
Right.
It's not.
Right. So they do
it's
still
whatever
have air conditioners.
It's whatever you build.
Say it again.
Yeah. I said it's whatever you build. It's not built in.
Right, exactly. Like you gotta build it in. So if I'm doing this, y'all, it's because my phone is like, I think it got wet or something, and then it just stopped working. So I can barely.
Hopefully,
I got it.
Hopefully it'll
I put it in rice. So
the last thing for the week is remember I told y'all in one of those shows, how one of our episodes before, how somebody had quit on us and like messed up our whole flow?
Yeah.
So we got a new person yesterday. And so so far, I mean, it's just one day today, but we shall see. But yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But he's cool. He cleaned and stuff and got the weeds out of my garden. Like it's crazy how much work you do. Like I wake up before breakfast, I gotta sweep the whole house, like take care of the cat, take care of whatever, and like there's all these little things. And the chicken got eggs, I gotta go get eggs from the chicken. So like little stuff like that can save time. And so I was like, oh, can you go get eggs right quick, and can you go change the cat litter right quick? And then it was like, boom, all of a sudden I got a moringa tree planted. All my weeds in my garden was pulled out. I'm like, man, you like my whole week task of stuff I gotta do is like cut down, like just from those. It's just time consuming stuff, So yeah. So I'm hoping I pray everything works out. So far so good.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
That's good.
So what about you? How your week been?
I did have a question about something. Oh, my bad. Did you go to Vibrations in Gambia?
The 2 days I was there, they were closed. Sunday and Monday. They're not open. So I would have been able to go, and
through you.
Yeah, and when we got in, and I wanted some kale so bad. I went to Smile Lounge, and it was It was good. I had your you saw I sent it to you because I was teasing you.
Yeah, sending me videos, teasing me. I'm like, girl, bring me the real thing.
The vegetarian teriyaki or noodles or something like that. Like you don't even need no meat in it. Like it was just so flavorful. Right. Yeah, they did good. What's our homegirls Andela? She got good customer service going on. Yes. And like it was really good. She wasn't there, but the people was working like they knew the whole menu, like stuff that you don't know what to expect, but they knew the whole. It was like it was on top of it. They was like, yeah, you can have the buffet, you can have this. This has this in it. This is vegan. This is, and I had those little juices that they have like energy type drinks. With the ginger and the moringa and that they put together. So it was cool. And then we went to the Chinese spot that we had went to before.
I was like, we can just go just to go eat. Just be like, let's go eat.
Yes.
In the Gambia. It's just
for real. For real. I wanted brunch at the spot, but the boys, the Serengeti bar it opens in October. Yeah. So yeah, so rainy season, some people they close for a month or two.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's what's up. I'm so glad y'all got to make it. Mm-hmm. So,
but how was your Repat week?
My week, and this is like 2 weeks, right? 2-3 weeks, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that we missed. But yeah, it's been really good. I turned 33 this month, and so we're going into Libra season. So yes, I'm like, oh my God. I'm only, you know what? It's so weird. I realize it's going to sound so weird, but I realized that I'm actually pretty young. Like, I'm a young mom and everything. I didn't even realize that.
Kind of, sort of. Dude, I became a mom at 33.
Wow.
No cap.
It's like, like when you're living in your own life, you're like living in your life. So you don't really know, like,
Exactly.
So I'm like, dang, like, I guess I am pretty young. So yeah, I've just been doing a lot of reflecting. I've been doing a lot of meditating. I've been trying to focus more. I've been just listening to my intuition because, I got my Instagram hacked and then I've been blocked from Facebook for 30 days. So this is like, these are my platforms where I make my money and where I'm doing my practices and where I'm doing my writings and my life coach, all that stuff. So that was like, that's really has taken me into this like really deep reflecting these moments, which is really good for my birthday because it's the time I always like to reflect on my life. And I've just been doing really good meditation and trying to get my practices together, like the stuff that I do for the womb. I have a new herb. You remember I told you with the cleansing that we're going to do, I wanted to change some of my herbs that I use and my oils for the cleansing. So I have a new one that is really, really supposed to be powerful. And so, yeah, I just been like in my practice and just in myself. And this week I've been doing everything more consistently. So, yeah, it's been a good week. I just been in myself.
Love it.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank you guys. Yeah, we're getting ready to do an after school program where the kids are going to be doing their Zen Kids thing where they're teaching yoga and stuff. So I've just been trying to focus on making all of our crafts go into one thing, Wow. So Mama had her last child at 33. Yes. Thank you guys. So, okay. Let's get to the topic.
Yes.
Topics of today.
Let's get into it. So, let's see what we got on the schedule for today.
On the menu.
So, okay.
Right.
Yes. Because people don't think we be prepared. They think we sit here kicking it. They don't know. We be mad organized with our stuff.
We really do. We just so laid back. We just be chilling. We
make it so y'all can't tell. You know what I'm saying? It's just kitchen table conversation. But the topic that I wanted to talk about today. So because we're in a position of what's the glare of where people contact us and stuff, especially in the summertime. Did you get like mad people reaching out during the summer, like the summer months? It was
it always seems like summertime, and then after something tragic happens in America.
That part, yeah. So it was like, man, I was really, really busy, and so I came across a couple of similar scenarios when it comes to people and their situations and what makes them think about exploring a move, which is a huge deal. Even if you don't look at the things that are going on in our home country and stuff, to pick up and move is like, man, that's a lot. Or to even think about doing that, like, it's very few people that are adventurous like that and just have that type of lifestyle. So I came across a couple of people who went through a change in life, and that's what propelled them to come. And death is a common, I guess you would say, not trajectory, like a catalyst, that pushes people to explore stuff and think of new avenues. So like COVID was it for a lot of us, people's jobs and things changing and being at home and time to think. But so there was a lady who came to stay here, and she was actually on her way to Gambia, and she decided to stay for a couple of days and visit. And we were assisting her getting around and things like that. And she had opened up and told me, actually, she called me a year ago and told me that, or 7-8 months, and told me that her husband passed suddenly, unexpectedly, and she was kind of dependent on him to make this happen because they were planning it together, but he was the one doing everything, so she decided to do it herself and come and explore and think about moving and everything. And while she was here, I noticed that there was a lot of things. Like, she was fairly young. She was in her mid-50s, and and she was a lot of stuff she didn't know how to do that she needed help with, that I was like, wow, but she said, her husband did like a lot of those things. Her husband, did like online stuff. Her husband did, her phone, like she didn't know what kind of phone, she didn't know how to work with the phone company when you travel and all those like types of little things. And that could happen to anybody who doesn't travel often, but it was just a pattern of things. And she even herself, she mentioned, she was like, man, it's kind of embarrassing, like, just, that I didn't get a chance to, she's like, I can't do this, or I didn't really try. And it was kind of like, I mean, people depend on each other, and, you could be together for 30 years and you just have your roles, and your role is not that. But then, another person was the same thing or similar, where their husband had passed, and then they were exploring and whatever. And then there were certain aspects in our conversations where it was like the same, like, oh, I never had to worry about that. Like, it was kind of in a tone where it's like, you ask somebody a question and they're like, they kind of, it's one thing if somebody's like, I have to learn how to do this because my husband was the one doing it, but it was more like a fear, like, oh no, I never had to do that before, like, like almost like you can't. And so it was just like, wow, I've always been the type of person that I never want to be able to not take care of things, even if people don't want to think about somebody passing away, obviously, but even somebody being sick or out of town or out of commission. And that's something that I really am very, very aware of, like my dependency living here, because the language and the culture and just my not having knowledge. And Amadou, my husband, doing a lot of stuff, I try to be right next to him to like and absorb, because I want to be able to, number one, I want to be able to help him. I don't want him to be overwhelmed doing all this stuff, taking care of me. And then number two, like, I may have to do it. Like, he can't go out of town on business or something if I don't know how to fill the water tank, if I don't know how to, call. Like, there's some things, yes. If he's there, I'm not gonna even try to speak well of, like, why I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
But if he's not there, I will do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the part that I think, even for men, not just women when their husbands pass, but for men, like, sometimes men lose their wives and they marry somebody because they need somebody to cook or they need somebody to take care of their kids, because it's like, that's not my arena. Like, they don't even want to try, and so I think that's different than, okay, now I have to take on this new role and do it my own way and figure it out. Like, there's people on both sides, of that. But yeah, it was interesting to me, and I also thought, like, okay, I wonder if it's a thing where people, even a gentleman, we just met a guy from Houston the other day, and his mother had passed, and that's when he was like, okay, that was the only reason I was coming around or staying back. But now he decided to find his peace and everything. I'm like, wow. So, like, a lot of people maybe feel they have to wait until they don't have any obligations, and so I thought that was an interesting topic, and I just wanted your take on it.
Yeah, it is really interesting. It kind of led us into like a brief discussion of how like we go about our relationships kind of unrealistically. Like we really do look at it like forever is like physically forever. Like the person like we won't ever split up. Like that's not possible. Or like death is not possible. And we've done consultations, and we've had friends and family and everybody, like different people, and we even know people that know of people that have come here, that moved here, and they end up having the same thing, where they are so dependent, like they don't know what to do, like they don't want to, they're kind of like don't really know how to be alone, because it's hard after so many years, especially if it was unexpected. Most of the time it is. But we even talked about women, like single moms, even, or single women that come here and have this, or that want to come here, I mean, and they have the same thing where it's like, I want to come there and I want to leave the relationship, but I don't know how I'm supposed to do it on my own. So I think it's a really good topic. And I just think that, like, how, like the question that you had, like you wonder how, I believe it has to do with like how we lose ourselves in relationships, like how a lot of the things, like when we're in the relationship, we do so much together that we forget to do some things by ourselves. And a lot of us that like love hard or really deeply, or that are kind of like clingy, most of us are like that in our relationships, where the whole time we're together, we're not really doing things individually. So then, like, if our partner needs to go take care of some business, we're like freaking out. We thinking that they cheating on us and all kind of other stuff. Or if they end up passing away and we just don't know how to be. So
I personally feel like it's unhealthy, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be your mom. It could be, it could be, you could be like codependent or dependent on a relationship to the point that you don't do anything alone. I remember, I think I was clingy initially in my marriage, and I think that I was insecure. Well, I know that I was. And so, but like I thought there was a formula to a relationship, that it had to be a certain way, and like we have to go to movies together. We have to, like, I felt like I had to make up for all the time I was single and I didn't have a Valentine and I didn't have this, and so I have to do all the rom-com movie stuff that otherwise the relationship is not good. Like, However, whatever the magazines say, like you're supposed to be getting it in however many times a week. I was like, we are not on schedule, on par with, and and then somehow, or maybe over time, but I remember my aunt told me, you don't have to do everything together, go by yourself. And I was like, but that means that, we're not gonna like, and I was like, what? She's like, yes. And she said, I do it all the time. I go to movies. And she's like, I enjoy it more, because then I don't have nobody talking in my ear or whatever.
Yes.
And then I'm like, okay, it doesn't mean because we don't like the same TV programs and stuff. I used to feel sad, like, oh, that means we're not close and we don't have anything in common and whatever. But then eventually it was like, I actually prefer to watch this by myself because you're going to be complaining and, like, acting like, why she do that? That ain't real. Why that ain't even right. And it's like, I don't want to watch this with you. So, and and I would feel the same way. He would watch stuff and I'm just like, why are you watching that? Like, I don't even speak Wolof and it's boring and all the shows the same. Somebody cheating and somebody this. And, but it's like, that's what he enjoyed. And so it's like, you got to give each other that freedom to be. And once I got the hang of doing that, and I was like, okay, I can go dancing without him. It's not a crime. And I could travel. I can get on an airplane and go somewhere and my daughter can stay with him. And it's not like, just because I didn't see it, before growing up or something, doesn't mean I couldn't do it. Like, I could make up my own how I want to do it. And I was like, it was really freeing.
Yeah, so it's really important. I think that is the healthy way to go about it when it comes to marriage and our relationships, because it's like, if you cannot be happy, if you don't find peace with just being by yourself, if you can't find security in doing things on your own, you really have to question how you feel about like your own confidence, your own self-love. Like, there was a moment, and for those of you who don't know, I was married for almost 10 years. So I do have experience, being married. And the time that I figured this out, I remember I did my big chop, and I was friends with this girl that was a Leo, and she also had short hair, and she was super confident. She was like probably 10 years older than me. And I did not feel comfortable doing things like going out to the movies or going to restaurants by myself. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to look so stupid. This is going to be so weird. Hey, get the thing away. Oh, let me see. Oh, my bad. What happened? Don't touch the speaker. Okay. Can you hear me?
No cap. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, no cap. I'm like, wait. I'm like, I hear myself outside the door. So I was like, mind you, I'm like 26 years old, 25, 26. I'm like, I'm gonna be looking stupid and like a lame and all this, and just hanging around her more. And, she just really inspired me and influenced me to just be like, and we were in LA. That was me living my adult life in LA. So I'm like going to all these places, and my husband is at home with the kids, and because he doesn't want to go out like that. So I'm like, look, I'm about to live my life. And it helped me so much. I ended up leaving him like 2 years later. And that time of me practicing being okay, being alone, and being secure, it was so important for what I ended up doing later. So it is important. Yeah. And I think we get lost in our relationships. And I think women, we do that even more. Men will have their lives. Men will do what they want to do. Yes.
They do what they want to do. Man,
they don't do what they want to do. We be the ones getting lost in the sauce and just so caught up, and like we just act like we can't even have, because you still have like your life, and then y'all still have y'all's own journey, your own individual thing. It's just that, like you become one, but you still got, you came by yourself, you got to leave by yourself, Yeah.
Speaking
so it is really. Say it again.
No, I said, speaking of hair, I waited so long to lock my hair because I was waiting for somebody to co-sign and like agree on it. And I asked my husband like for years, like, You think, and granted, like it don't matter if he like it or he don't like it or whatever. It's like I felt like I needed to know that he was gonna like it first, but he didn't even see it. And then so it's like how you gonna know? But he was like, I think you like to change your hair a lot and you're probably gonna get tired of it and whatever. And so it's like, so I was like, I'm just like, but I'm like, I see people and I'm like, I want it, but then like, I don't know. And so when I did it, it was like, man, why was I even like? I had a homeboy at work tell me, if your husband don't like it, you shouldn't do it because what he's supposed to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like, well, you have an obligation and this and that. And what if he wanted to do something to himself and you didn't like it or whatever? But it's like, when something makes you happy, that like happiness comes through. And the thing was, I wasn't sure, but I always wanted to try it. Like I was very like, man, I need to.
What was it? It was locks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think I did it the year that I was pregnant. I did it, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And when I told him with confidence that I was gonna do it, he was fine. But it was like when I sounded uncertain, like, you think I could do it? Like, what if I look like this? What if, you think it'll look nice? And like, whatever. And so, because everybody says you got to cut all your hair off and all this other stuff if you want to change it and everything. But yeah, when I said I was, and then when I cut it just now, I had asked, I was like, I think I should cut it because it keeps falling out. He was like, no, just let it fall out. And I was like, I'm gonna cut it. So when I cut it, and then he liked it more when I cut it. It was like, oh, so I was like, man, why you second guess yourself? Just do what you want to do.
Right. Exactly. It's a confidence thing. That's why I said you got to question yourself if you don't feel comfortable. Like, I was so grateful for that time in my life because I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I need to be able to take myself out. And now, I mean, we don't know, because maybe a lot of people watching are not like that, but that's the thing. Like, there's a time in your life that you feel uncomfortable doing that. And then there's a time when you cross over and you're like, I'm grown as hell and I enjoy my time. And, like, that's the thing. Like, but some of us, and there's even men, I have homeboys that feel like that they can't go anywhere by themselves. And I'm like, you got to think about what that means for you. Like, that's a thing. So when you're trying to move to a new country, and especially if you're, you said what?
No, I said the restaurant thing is hard. The restaurant thing is hard though. If you don't have a phone or something to like look at.
It is. I love it. I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm like, please, I'm trying to dodge friends so I can go by myself. Like, I'm just like, oh good. I get time to edit. I get to read a book. I get to be in front of the beach. Like, I get to meet new people. I have sometimes more fun by myself when I go out. Yeah, like people just be like, hey, I'll buy you a drink. Come dance with us. Come play. Like, yeah. But even if, like how we were saying too, like the times that, because it's a subject, it's a thing. There are women that are trying to leave their country, and they have to. A part of leaving is them leaving their partner. Even for myself, even though it was so many years ago, I knew that a part of me getting to Senegal was going to be me leaving my ex-husband. So that's the thing. I talk to women all the time with the same subject. And like I was telling Afro Millennial Mama is, look at me, remembering to say, like I was telling her was that I remember like mentally thinking to myself, okay, I need to be more independent because I don't know when this is happening exactly. I don't know how, but this 5-gallon jug of water that I have him carrying every day when me bringing in the distilled water from the store, the reality is that I'm going to be carrying this water by myself. So I need to start carrying this water by myself. Like, if that's what you're going to do, then be realistic. So that way you're not waiting on something that you got to do anyway, or not doing it at all, or you're doing it and then you come here and you can't even stay here because you're not even really preparing yourself. Even if whether we're talking about that subject or your partner passing, you know, because that's common too. So just realistically, you know,
it's funny. And like when we had that conversation and you mentioned that, it was funny because I thought about every time that like we used to have like little arguments or something and we wasn't talking, and I was like, I don't need him to carry the groceries. I'm gonna do it by myself, and I would do all the stuff, and then I had to like weigh the pros and cons of like everything. I'm like, man,
right?
I don't know. This may not work. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta do this by myself. I'm like, I ain't doing this by myself. You better figure it out. But like, you know, you go through like, do I need to like, you know? But yeah, it definitely.
And see, the reality is that there's times that no, it's not worth it. Like it obviously was in your case. And this subject is always so interesting, or a subject like this, because people think that you're like promoting, you know, divorce or something. But the reality is that that's what people are doing, and that is also what some people know that they need to do. There's circumstances like that. We're no longer in the age of, you know, do it for the kids no matter what type thing, you know, just the reality of it. So it is one of them things that you have to be like, okay, if I'm gonna do this and I know that I'm gonna end up leaving, or even like how we're saying in this case too, in case your partner ends up passing away, or if you guys know that y'all might be living back and forth or something, you know, just realistically preparing yourself for some of that. Because for me, even I said I was going to do a video on single moms in Senegal, because in the States, I don't have nobody to carry my groceries in unless I got a man. But here, my doorman, they carry my groceries in. If not my doorman, then my children. So, you know, I don't carry groceries, you know. So I got away with it. But I know exactly what you mean. Like, it wasn't worth it. It was not worth leaving. Okay.
Yeah. I think that my groceries get carried more here than when we was in LA, even though I'm living with the same person. But I think it's just like osmosis.
Right.
Like people just, you know, adapt to the, because, you know, like he moved over there because of me. But like, I think, however, I was already living, he just kind of jumped into that. But then when I got here, I don't know if things are heavier or I don't know what it is, but like there's a lot of stuff that I either I can't or it's the heat. I don't know. But like I was carrying all my groceries in the house. You know, I was doing like my gardening and all that stuff. Like yeah, but like here, I can't. I don't know. I mean, it's harder, and it's probably because it's hot and it just makes you more uncomfortable to carry stuff. I don't know, but I have to have help for a lot of stuff like that I didn't used to. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, but killing lizards and stuff like that. Like, I guess because that was my environment and I knew it already. But even I want to say this too. Even when having my husband moving to the States, I didn't want him to be in any kind of situation. I mean, I never was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be gone one day. You're gonna have to figure this out. But like every now and then, you got to talk about certain stuff. But it was more like I don't want to be doing everything. Like you may not pay the bills. I may do it because I have, you know, all the apps or whatever to do it. But at the same time, I want you to know that this is what I'm doing. Like you got to be aware of what's going on. Like
for sure.
You know, so you know, and the times where he didn't know, it was like I sat down with him like, okay, this is the insurance, blah blah blah. This is what you do have a car accident, and then some of it you just learn by experiencing it. But I didn't want to have a situation where I saw some people, like I knew, you know, people who were married to people from Senegal there, and like I didn't want it to be like this is my child, and you know, it was gonna be like that in the beginning, but then afterwards, you know, you can't just be the mama and like do everything. And like, what if one day I'm tired? What if one day my brain is not working? What if one day, you know, like, so I think that it's good to have someone that, you know, you depend on, you need them, but also, you know, you gotta be aware of certain things so you can like not be a burden to them all the time,
Yeah, for sure.
And
That balance, because two is definitely better than one. If that person is helping, not draining you all the time, then it is definitely supposed to be like that. But and even what we're talking about is the realistic thing. Even when it comes to finances, I don't think we talked about that. Was how that's another thing. It's like you're in the relationship and we don't think it will ever happen to us. We don't think we will ever lose our partner, and then that happens, and then you have to figure out how you're going to make your income on your own if that person was the breadwinner. And that's a
partnership is key. When we were living in the States, I kept him informed about the stuff that I was doing. When like here, he manages more of those things that I used to do because it's here. But we still have meetings. He still let me know. Like I ask questions. Like I don't want to be one of those people in the dark and then somebody come here asking questions. I'm like, I don't know, call him. Like, no, I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable. I want to be a participant, like, able, and it's not to say like, I think that people, probably especially the two women who their spouses passed and it was totally unexpected. The spouses were like in a early 50s, like 51 and 55. And so and they were healthy. Like one was a vegan and the other one was active and stuff. But I think that that generation, which is about 10 or so 15 years older than I am, people have roles and you don't like the woman have her role and because their parents is or at least in their 70s and 80s, so you figured like who they were raised by, this is the examples that they had, so it's not no knock to anybody, but I just think that when you see these types of situations happening, because it was very common at one point in our society where I don't know anything. It's a widow, and she's like, I don't know, my husband handled all this stuff, and so I think from those things we learn, like, okay, let's be informed, like just how people come up with like life insurance and all these other things. Like people have to learn how to better adapt and not that you're thinking about negative stuff all the time happening. I don't believe in that, but just being informed and aware
you don't
and being
even
able
have to.
to.
It's just being realistic, and it's about all of our relationships. It's really about being. And if we don't think this unrealistic idea about our relationships that we're going to be together forever and everything is going to be perfect, then we can be more in the moment about it. We can cherish the relationships even more, and we can be more realistic. I need to cherish you. This is even with our children. You're not always going to be a little child, or one of us is going to have to go. We're not all going to leave together. That's realistic.
Yeah, it's there's people who they rely on their parents for spiritual guidance and support and stuff like that, and that's great. But like you're gonna have to learn how to pray for yourself, not just like call. You can't just always depend on people and not try to advance yourself and be able to contribute. I think it's raining outside.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, I forgot to tell you something.
What?
Last night was a turn up. You should have been here.
What?
My homegirl, my neighbor had a party. My neighbor had a grown AF party.
What?
It wasn't here at my house. It was my neighbor. But
was there nachos? Was there nachos?
You gotta come meet her. No, it was no nachos. But it was very like Lagos and Nollywood and like it was dope. Yeah.
That's cool.
It was like you had the French, the Francophone Senegalese people like, and then that, have lived abroad, or like Canada and France stuff. And then you had the, a couple of French people, like little spouses here and there. But like, and then you had the Americans, but everybody speaking like French and stuff. You had the Black Americans, everybody just like diasporaing it up. And
really,
the music was bomb. My neighbor, she have a really nice big lot, and it's good for entertaining. So you got trees and little Christmas lights and caterers and stuff. I was like, oh, you got to come down next time she have a party. She have the bomb parties, and it was like go ahead. Who this?
You guys,
Kyoko?
it's bedtime. Look, this
Titus, get out of here.
Huh? He didn't want to say. He said no. I tried to tell you guys that y'all can wait, but now y'all have to go to bed. Yeah, because you're knocking on the door in the middle of the show.
Hey, don't mess up the show.
People in here.
What they talking about?
Light off. Okay, stop knocking on the door.
Titus, what you want?
No, yeah. You said what?
What he want? What
Titus want? They want to watch a movie. I told them they can stay up so I can say goodnight to them if they don't interrupt. He interrupts them to watch a movie. So now they mad at him. I'm like, now you can't stay up. He's like, no, one more chance.
Oh my goodness.
No, okay.
Cheering. No, but the party was so dope, cool. Yo. Like, when you be having too much fun that you can't even film it or vlog it or do anything for like social media. Like, it was so fun. So like, some of the people was at the Juneteenth party. So like, some of those people like Karima and them and stuff. But it was Amadou was like a whole nother person. I was like, did they spike your little attire or something? But like, he would not stop dancing. But it was very like. It was very like grown and mature. Like, you see people, he wouldn't stop. So like, you see people in their 40s and 50s, and it's like everybody came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's back, and it's just like but it felt so Nollywood, like Legos. It was so like on a level, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
really, that's like, dope.
No hot dogs or rich crackers. Like, it was like
right. I know my mind was just like, I just think Hispanic food. I just want some nachos at a party, but
man. But it was so much fun, yo. It was like one of those moments where I was thinking to myself, like, I never thought that. Yeah. And it's all these women that are in one of my groups, and like, they're all entrepreneurs, and they either grew up abroad or lived abroad and came back or whatever. And so they're all moms, and they're like movers and shakers, and like, brokers and bakers, and they got their own businesses. And so it's like nice to hobnob, and you're like, yeah, girl, but so it was cool to see, especially like Black women and like African women. Most of them are African, even if they're not from here, like Ethiopia and different places. But like, you see African women like doing stuff, and they moms, and they like, no, I got my business. This is my business, and like, everybody have their thing, and so it's really inspiring, and it just made me feel. It made me feel like I moved here, and like not that I'm replacing any people or any anything is particular, but like, I could have the life that I had, that I didn't think I would have it that good. Like, it was such a good vibe thing, and like the moment, and you feel like I felt like that. I haven't felt that good and have that much fun, like genuine fun, since like back before COVID, and you with your friends for a Super Bowl party or whatever, like, when you with
people, you were like, so this is possible. Like, I am doing this here, like, it's with the same vibe.
I'm like, yes, everybody got a dress, and they did their little thing. It was just one of those beautiful
No, I
beautiful
know what
moments
you
that,
mean. Like you had a full circle moment.
yeah,
I've definitely had a few of those moments.
yes,
Like, wow, like
yes.
I did this and here I am doing what I did not know. Like here we are. Like
What? Yes, I'm like, I'm
yeah.
here. I'm talking to this
Yes.
francophone YouTuber who does this business, and then this
Right.
person, this American dude that worked with the NBA, and this American guy have a chicken farm. He sell chicken to Jollof chicken. Like that's how he do chicken. Like on that
What?
level.
Wait a minute. So he
Yeah.
got the fish on deck and everything. Like that's
You don't do it.
he got the fish
He got
connect.
chicken, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But like,
Look.
yeah, but it's like, you're like, wow, I'm really like here amongst this like nice group of people and
People
stuff.
that's
And
doing
so
stuff too. Yeah.
it was just real bomb. And it was like they was playing, all the music. So they was playing the Senegalese mbala, they was playing
Yeah.
the hip hop, they was playing the reggae. It was just real, it was nice vibes. Everybody had their
Yeah.
little moment.
That's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. Yes,
So it
invite
was
me,
nice. So
please, the next
next
time.
time she have a party, you gotta come because her parties are bomb. She love entertaining, and I love that you could do that here without like you probably spend some money, but you can get stuff catered and it's all Senegalese people. Like you have your
Yeah.
servers and but it's like you don't have to spend like it's a wedding. You know what I mean? But it can look like
Mm-hmm.
it's a wedding. Like
Right, and
her
it
house
will look like that.
is paid. She don't got no mortgage. You got your pool. She living off the land with her mango trees and like
Right.
composting and making mango jelly and all this. And it's like,
Ooh, mango
she,
jelly.
yeah, yeah. And so it's like, man, you could really have that like Calabasas, Beverly Hills lifestyle, and and not
Yes.
have all the issues that come with that. So it was just nice. I was inspired. I'm like, yeah, I want to be like y'all when I grow up.
Are you trying to low key convince me to move there?
I didn't say that. I just said you got to come to a party. But yeah, the next party she have for real, you gotta come. So
Yeah.
I'll make sure. Yeah.
Please, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that sounds lovely. I know
You
those
want to go
moments are
through the
everything. You know what? I felt like that. I think the first time I felt that was when I was in Simone and some of my friends came down. You remember we came there to do what's it called, his birth, and then we ended up staying. Like they were doing the rioting, so I stayed with the kids for like a week. And the kids wanted to have a party. Like the kids were like, we want to have a party because we were like going to all the Airbnbs. So I was like, okay, let's go have a party. And it was so funny because this was the story I tell you about the doorman that was everything. Like anything we needed, he was the party planner, he was the cook, he was the cleaner. Like he would always make it seem like it was someone he was hiring, but finally it was him every time. And so yeah, it was so fun though. I ended up inviting my friends and we just had a party and it was so dope because I always told the kids like in Africa, like they recognize children. Like Americans, we have this thing. We have this whole like go in the back room, can't be in here with the adults. We don't want you around, So
don't
my
bother
kids
me.
have grown. You said what?
Don't bother me. Yeah, just
Yes.
stay in there. Yeah.
Exactly. So the kids have literally grown up with me telling them like one day we're going to be in Africa and you guys are going to feel more important, like you're going to feel more acknowledged from people. So the fact that my friends wanted to have a party like with my kids, and we're just playing like Soldier Boy and whatever songs that everybody can dance to, and we just danced under the moonlight just on this rooftop setting out there in Simone, and it was just I had the same like full circle moment. Like here we are listening to our music with our vibes. My children, people can see them, like, and and we're just vibing. That's so dope.
Yeah. It was kids. It was kids at the party last night. We felt so bad we didn't bring Yaya because we wanted to just have our own night.
Right.
But I didn't want her to be sleepy at like 1 a.m. or whatever and bugging. But like she called me on my phone, like it was 10 o'clock, and she called from her tablet, was like trying to call me, like, where, because we snuck out. We didn't tell her who was lit. She's like, it's Auntie Kennedy's birthday today. I was like, But it was kids there, and the kids was dancing. It was like midnight,
oh my
and the
God,
little
so y'all
boy
was
was
like,
dancing.
dang.
But but it's nice that you can even bring. I was like, it's probably people not gonna bring their kids, and she gonna be the only one. But like half the people brought their kids, and half the other people didn't. But like they was there, and they was like having fun, and nobody was like, stay away. You're gonna break some glasses, some china. It's like, it was. So I'm like, okay, next time I'll bring her. But but
yes, exactly.
but
I
it
love
was
that.
just.
I love that vibe.
It was really nice, and like their this couple, they've been in their house for a couple of years, maybe 3 or 4, but they like they already have like the trees and they have what I want, you know what I mean? Like they have the decor, the patio furniture, the stuff that make you feel like you at one of those restaurants in Sally on the beach. Like it just feels. And so it's like you don't have to go nowhere, you don't have to pay nobody, you don't have to reserve no auditorium or whatever to do any kind of. You can have a wedding at your own house, and that's I want my house to feel like an oasis type of thing.
That's so dope. I can answer this question. How can vegan, vegetarian, and pescatarian get prepared for living in Africa full time? So for pescatarian, you will have absolutely no problem here. There is so much fish, and they make it in so many different ways. They have fish with bones, fish without bones, fish in sauce, fish out of sauce, fried fish, fish donuts, fish, net fish, like everything fish. So you wouldn't have a problem
There's
with that.
There's vegetables everywhere. Like if you eat more raw foods, more whole foods, that will help a lot versus like processed type stuff. Looking for processed or looking for non-dairy cheese or non-dairy butter. No, it's better to find stuff that's like already like whole food. I guess we call it whole foods, like in its raw form. So like olive oil and things like that, instead of looking for the things that people create or you can have cheese nut.
We have vegan cheese, dairy-free cheese. Yes, because what I was going to say is like it does kind of depend on how you eat. Like she said, if you eat more raw, like if you're not into the substitutes, then yes, there's definitely vegetables everywhere. They're even better when they come from the market. It's cheaper, so you can get more of it. And if you're into like salads, it's abundance of that. You can still make things too. Like you can still make burgers. Even I seen someone frying soursop, and it looked just like fried fish. So I think you have to be creative, but it's just like I was just telling someone this on a consultation. When you in America, even where we know there's abundance of vegan food, when you're a vegan or vegetarian, eater, plant-based eater, you normally have to go to more than one store to get your stuff because not everything you need is always at one place, right? So it's the same thing here. It's just that if you don't have a vehicle, it can be more challenging because it's like you have to here in Dakar, I'm saying specifically the traffic, like you gotta go to one place over here, then a boutique over there. Sometimes they might not have all, so I have a lot of people's numbers like at the stands, and I'll call them and be like, do you have beans? Do you have this? To make it easier.
Yes. Before you waste your gas. And if you live a little bit in the outskirts like me, it's the same thing. You don't want to drive somewhere because I gotta go to there's 2 Oceans I go to because one has this stuff and one has the other. So like if I want a certain type of if I want a certain type of meat or cheese or whatever, I go to this one. If I want other items like more vegetable variety, I go to the other one. If I want, like, we still go to the market like every month. We buy vegetables from the market probably twice a month, but and then we supplement in between.
You guys buy vegetables twice a month? It's amazing.
From the market. from the market.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the other ones you
like
get from the store.
we buy right. So like when we buy a lot, we buy from the market twice a month. But we buy like fish, we buy once for the month because going to the market is crazy. So
right, and you freeze them.
Yeah. So then we buy enough fish for the month with that. But then vegetables every 2 weeks, and then whatever we need in between then, we'll get it at Ocean or whatever. Order on the street, like when they sell like usually they sell the lettuce, tomatoes, and little stuff that you use for ceviche. They sell it right here at a booth or something. But we still I gotta go to Util Market. I gotta go to this bio, which is organic, I guess you say, where I can get kale if I want kale. I can get shallots. I can get green grapes or like stuff that's more rare. There's two like farmers market-ish type of stores that I go to for those. If I want to find strawberries. So you're like going around to different places for different stuff. There's no one-stop shop. And if you eat meat, you go to the butcher. Oh.
What?
Look at that.
Hey. Hello,
thank
ATM
you.
Tim. Oh, thank you for the super chat.
That's what's up.
Nasty.
That's so sweet.
Yes. Thank you.
We always forget about the super chat. Thank you. We appreciate
you. And then, even so you're even saying like, even just not for someone who eats plant-based, you still have to end up doing that. And then if you have, because there's levels to the veggie life. So if you are like gluten-free, if you don't want to consume lots of rice, and they do have couscous here, but the couscous is different. Yes. It's not the same couscous. It's like,
there's Moroccan couscous.
Huh?
There's Moroccan couscous too they have here.
Oh, are the grains bigger?
Do you know? The small one, the small yellow ones, and then they have the big brown ones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the small one. It's just crazy how just the size of it changes the entire texture. Because we were eating like couscous every day there in the States, but we cannot get with it. Maybe I need to experiment some more. But some people love it though. That's how they make yassa.
No, get the you talking about the yellow one? Because the Moroccan one is like the couscous that they have in the States, I thought.
Yeah. But they do have two kinds though. I don't think I tried the other one. The one that you're talking about, I don't think I tried that one.
Oh, okay.
So it is harder when you are trying to eat like gluten-free. You do have to get a little bit more creative. I mean, that's if you love like pastas and stuff like that. Rice is if you don't want to eat too much starch and stuff, we definitely consume, like if you are alkaline, if you're on an alkaline diet, then you just got to be like more raw, because it's so tempting. Yep. There's rice everywhere. There's it's grains in every meal. So
there's eggplant everywhere, bell pepper, onions. You can get onions and bell pepper all day long.
Oh yeah, every meal. I don't even cook a meal without onions and bell pepper.
Yeah. Eggplant. So butternut squash.
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen. Yeah, they do have squash here. Like you can make different spaghettis and stuff. And I've been trying to go live and show some and do some meals here. I did today I did a pho with dried mushrooms, and it came out really good. So I'll share about that. But I hadn't made that before. I was just like, okay, let me step outside and do some creative, because the mushrooms, I had never made anything with dried mushrooms before. I just used like the wet ones. It's about to change the game now.
There's plantains too.
Yes, plantains is a must. It's a god plant, a god food. Yes. Nelly and Bledsoe wanted to know how far we are. What, like 45 minutes without traffic? That's how far we are from each other.
At this particular time on a Sunday, I can get to you in about 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
On the freeway, not on the street.
Say it again.
Yeah. I said what I say? Oh, I said it's no traffic and on the peage, on the toll highway.
Oh yeah.
Not the street.
You know,
Some
I was
taxis take
surprised.
the
I
street.
met some Nigerians like 2 weeks ago, and they've been to a lot of different African countries, and they were saying how amazed. Like the guy was telling me, like he's like, if you would have got a chance to go to different African countries and then come here, he was like, you would have even a more level of like kind of like gratitude or whatever for Senegal, because he was saying how amazed they were with how developed it is. Like Dakar, I guess specifically, they were like the stadium, the train, they were like the roads and stuff. And you know, I just go off of, you know, videos and stuff I see. But he was like, no, he's like, we've been to almost every African country. He's like, it's really not the same. I was surprised.
Wow. That's interesting. People have told me that too, like in the comments of the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check your message. Your messages.
Oh.
Hey, ATM Tim. You make your own cheese. Yes, you can make your own cheese. I mean, you can go to YouTube, of course, and there's lots of cheese recipes. We was just we were plugging in our cheese that we have. So y'all know I just launched a dairy cheese, dairy-free cheese sauce company, Cheese Nut. So you can find it. What is it? I'm on Instagram, Cheese Nut Africa. So I think there's one other company that has dairy-free cheese in Africa. It's white owned and it's in South Africa. So we are the first Black owned dairy-free cheese company.
Yeah. Somebody had asked another question. I forgot what it was. They asked how far we are from each other, and then somebody asked about the weather. I think, like how cold is it, or how? I don't know where it is.
Oh yeah, we need to go back anyway because we didn't even.
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
I forgot. We went into the other conversation. Oh, I guess. Oh, it wasn't much. I feel like
Umi is in Senegal. She says she's eating good. Keisha E says she plans to come to Senegal for a few weeks.
Oh, nice. And Umi is
when
here.
She goes to Gambia. Yeah. Keisha says I'm gonna need my own room when I marry. I need space.
Yes,
I heard
that's where I'm at. Sis, okay, I think that's so healthy to have your own room. Yes, I did that in the end of my last marriage, and it was really important for me to have my own space to do my yoga and just with your own energy. If you can do it, if you got the money. That's why men have man caves. They got their own spot. Everybody needs their own spot. Yes.
Let's see.
So the peage is faster. Yes, don't take the street road to Simone because Lord, it does take longer.
Yeah, you just don't have to pay the toll, but I want to drive fast. I don't have time for that. We went when we came back from Gambia this past trip. The taxi, I told him like to take the Bears road, and he was like, "Oh, it's closed because of Magal Tuba," which Magal wasn't for like 3 more days or 2 more days. But he was like, "Oh, it's closed now," or something. But he just wanted to keep the money for the toll road. But then when we got to the house, he was like, "Sorta, it's far, kind of far." I was like, yeah, it's far if you take the street. Like that's why I told you to take it, but that's what you wanted. Like sometimes when as soon as they get off the asphalt road onto the dirt and they don't see like houses right there, they're like, "Oh, you're far." I'm like, I'm just right here. Like just because ain't nobody right there don't mean I'm far. But they're like, "Oh, you're far." Like they're so used to you living like right on top of other people.
Right inside of the little
Right. And so I'm like, no.
I know.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, you're far. I'm like, you just drove 2 minutes on this little road and you sound far. But I was like, yeah. I was like, I told you I'm right by the exit of the freeway, but you didn't want to listen to me. But yeah, some of the taxis you gotta make sure and you gotta force them to take it. Otherwise they want to keep that what is it? $3 or $2.
Right. The little yeah. Keisha said onions, bell peppers, potatoes.
Somebody said you gotta move here.
Oh. Say it again.
Go ahead. No, Bledsoe said it would be so dope if you moved there. I think she was telling you to move here. I didn't say it. I didn't ever say that. That's what she said.
This is so funny. I tried to just skip right over there. You gonna go back and
You sure did. You sure did. Have your own little place. I can imagine your little place with your yard, your little jungle
I do
patio.
love that area.
Yeah.
No, seriously, we have been kind of talking about it. So it could be in the works. I mean, why not move to a place that you go to vacation? Because that's where I go to get away from all the traffic and stuff.
True.
The tolls, would you say 3,000? So that's like $5.
Oh, yeah, it's like it's like 1,000. No, from Dakar, yeah, but from the airport to my house, it's like a 1,500.
Oh, okay. That's 1,500, y'all know. I'm gonna do my French video. Teaching my 20 words. My 15 words of French.
Umu says she's here for 2 months. That's a good amount of time. Oh, there it is. The question.
Really good.
It was multifaceted Shay. She says, ladies, what's the coldest it's been there for you both? The coldest, like the weather?
I wouldn't. I can't remember actually looking it up, but I do know I was surprised. I didn't think that we would need hoodies in like from like maybe December, like the end of December to like maybe what was it? Was it March? Like the beginning of March? A hoodie was pretty.
Dakar get cold.
Yeah. It does seem like it gets colder here than there. At least
because it's water. It's a peninsula. So you got
right. I was gonna say that too because we're right here in front of the water.
It was that your house? No, somebody's house. I was freezing like one time of the year, and I think that's when yeah, it was like November. Yeah, outside with the ocean. Ooh, it was cold. Ooh,
it was so funny because I was so like. I was in such dream world. I'm like, y'all don't understand. Like, I manifested this. I envisioned this. So I was keeping the doors open every day. Like, I remember Rob was like, "They like, we all gonna get sick. Like, you have to shut." And I was not feeling the cold. I was just like, yes, like. And people was coming over with blankets and stuff. I'm like, you guys, what is going on? Like, y'all can't feel this this light. Yeah, it does get kind of chilly. That's so funny.
It was beautiful, but it was freezing. I had to put some socks on. Like,
and even when we came to, was it your birthday party? I remember it was cold out here, and I was so surprised. It was hot there.
Yes.
During that time.
And that was February. Yeah.
But that heat is different, baby. I gotta think about that because that heat over there. It's different. I'll be trying not to sound like such a foreigner when I come down there. I know you be like, oh my God. I'm like, girl, hold on. It's hot. Hold on. I gotta concentrate.
But I think here it gets like at nighttime. Okay, so the coldest that I've been in this region is like at night I don't have to turn the fan on. So that's
okay.
I guess that like usually the fan be on, or now we got AC,
right.
But like
you don't even need it.
It would be so like at night you could just open the window and like you need a cover, like a little sheet or something to cover you when you're sleeping. But you don't need no comforter. You don't need
you'll never need a big coat, but I don't know if you've seen this out there, but here they really be having some big puffy coats on. It is so funny because to them it's cold. Like they don't know our code. So we walking around with a little cardigan or like a little sweater, and they got this big old Green Bay Packers jacket on, like the big old. Like, I'm like, what? It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
Yes. But yeah, for us, if you're coming from the States, you're definitely not gonna need all that. We should just be good with our sweaters.
Yeah, I think it's
she,
definitely colder
she
in,
said
in
that Gambia
California.
heat hurt. That's how I feel out there. Look, we went out there. Let me see. When did I come and do that birth? It was like the beginning of March, and all I remember is walking down. That's the first time I drove out here because we could have died out there. Like my poor baby, Coach was like, "Mama, help me!" Like we was not doing good. I was like, "Yo, we got to get a car. We're not gonna make it." I just remember the heat bouncing off of those big. Like, you know how everybody has the walls, and the heat was just doing some type of science thing, and it was like punching us in the face, and we was just like, oh my God, it was horrible.
Whew. Nelly said, y'all the white people of Africa.
Yes, the two vibes. Oh my God.
Yes.
I gotta drink some water.
Today it was 92 degrees. It hasn't been that hot in a while. But
you know, we need to move over there where Bacardi is, because I never feel that over there, right in front of the ocean where he's at. With
why you call it Bacardi? No, you still gonna have Bacardi. By the way, you still gonna have your electronics all messed up, being all up on the beach like.
That's how I remember his name, y'all. Bacardi, but his name is Bakari. But if I say Bacardi, I remember it. So I'm sorry. Dang, yeah, that's the only time I don't feel that heat there. Yeah, it's cold from December to February.
But it don't be cold. It don't be no 40 degrees, no 50 degrees. Dakar, you might need some sandals, some socks with your sandals.
Yes, you definitely need some socks. So you think the topic? You think we'll save the next topic next time, since we're on an hour 16?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
Do that.
So we are going to wrap it up, you guys. It's raining there. I wish it was here. It's raining. Oh yeah, no, it was bad in Gambia? Was it raining a lot?
Yeah, it was raining a lot. But it did stop and the sun came out. Like the three days we were there, it rained 2 of the days. One day it did not rain. Until nighttime, it was a thunderstorm. But like at least we had, sun. But it was like water, like muddy everywhere, and the rain. It was very tropical, like very tropical in the sense that it got hot and everything. But yeah, it when it rained there, it's still heavy rain, like how it was in August. That's how it was there. Like August for us here. That's how it was there. It was when it rained, it was like big drops. But but yeah, you just have to wait it out.
I think it rained one day when we went there. Huh?
You have to wait it out. Like, so if you about to do something, you just gonna have to sit tight for a minute till it stops. Then you go out.
Oh, okay, right. So it's kind of like how it is here, because that's what happens here. It'll like rain, and you'll be like, the day is over for sure. And then it'll even be a whole little flood going on, and then in like 1 hour, all of a sudden, like the light.
It's like it never happened.
Yeah, what is that? I feel like that is not.
I don't know. Like, it changed my mood, because when I see the clouds, I'll be like, okay, it's real dark, so it's about to be stay at home, read a book, whatever. I don't feel like going nowhere. I can't. All my stuff, I scrapped it for the next day, and then like 2 hours later, it's like it never happened. Ain't no cloud in the sky nowhere, and you're like, what the heck? It's hot again. Let me get in the pool. I don't know what's going on.
That really does happen, y'all. I'm telling you, we were supposed to go somewhere. We were supposed to go take care of something, and we had got stuck in. It started raining, and I was like, wow. I was like, see, man, I told you we was gonna miss it. I'm like, oh my God, it's horrible. It's gonna be too late. He's like, bro, it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done in just a minute. I'm like, you do not know what is gonna happen. He's like, trust me. I'm like, you're right. That does happen. And the next thing you know, and it's looking like you cannot go outside, and the next thing you know, you can. You really can. Finally. Africa is magical, y'all. It's unpredictable. It's some magical stuff that be happening. Like the way this grass grows over here, like I was surprised, you know, because Dakar is so dry. I didn't know that grass was really here. You know, I had bought some fake grass, you know, for the kids, and the rain came, and like the next day, it rained one day, and the next day grass was all over the place. And I was like, what happened? Like
that's how it starts. Yep. It's so much grass over here. It looks so beautiful. I love it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a meadow.
Like, more reason for us to go over there.
Yes. You'll be here eventually.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with the vegan spot opening there.
Yes, all you need is one plot, and then you build you those like nice what's it called? Minimalist tiny house, eco-friendly,
That's
whatever.
all we need. I really need like 2 tiny houses or 3.
Yeah.
My brother need his old tiny house, and the last 2 of my kids.
Then you have your outside space.
Yes. Kyoko and Titus need their own house. Them is the ones that don't like to keep stuff clean. They need their own little back house. I be telling them.
There they go.
Yes, the rainwater, right? Right. You can collect rainwater and it's legal. Like you won't be penalized for it.
Wait, what you mean it's legal? Where it ain't legal?
In America, you can't be collecting their water. That's the government's water.
What state is that?
I think it's definitely most of the states, if not all of them. Yeah, you're not supposed to be collecting rainwater.
They really be making crazy laws like so anti like environment. It's
right. Wow. Cause they just know they own everything. They got a patent on everything. They got a patent on the rain. Like yeah, I bet they got. I bet you can pull it up.
They don't want
a patent on the rain.
Because I know it was a lady in Florida that was collecting rain. She was like a vegan, whole food, raw food, everything. And she was in her 70s at the time, and she looked like super young. And they were asking her how she did it. She collected rainwater. She grew all her own stuff. She juiced everything. And her husband was like a super carnivore, and he looked like her grandfather. And it was a black lady. And so I was like, oh, I gotta be like that. But
yes. Yeah, rainwater is really good.
Wow, I'm gonna look that up. Collecting rainwater.
Have you seen this herb? Have you guys ever heard of rose the rose of Jericho? This is the herb I was gonna share a second ago.
I never heard of that.
It's a really ancient. Some people call it a dinosaur herb, but it's so cool. Like it starts off as a tumbleweed, like a really brown, dry tumbleweed, and then you put it in water. You put the bottom of it in water, and it sprouts out. And it was like used in the biblical days. It's all over the Bible. But what's really cool is that they have one called a false rose of Jericho that a lot of people use like in North America, Mexico and stuff. And it looks the same a little bit, but it has like more like these have these little flowers with these seeds inside so you can regrow them. That one has like these leaves all across the shaft, and they don't have the same properties. Like this one is supposed to be good for like fertility. I mean, they say this heals anything. The guy that gave me this, I mean, he acted like it doesn't matter what you're going through. I read that it's really good for blood sugar. He's just like, it don't matter. A headache, a bad thought, like anything.
Really?
If your knee hurt. So yeah, so we're researching it right now. We're kind of we have put it in some water. This is the water I'm drinking right now. And I know like in Hoodoo, anybody that's into doing like that kind of conjuring and root work, it's really good. I've always seen it in different books, but I've never had it. And this is the real one. This comes from Jerusalem. So the other one comes from, it comes from like Mexico and other places like that. But I just love that here in Africa, you get the real deal here. Like when you look it up, everyone's talking about the false one. You might find like 1 or 2 videos of the real one. But yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm gonna start using it. I'm gonna try to use it.
Cramps, diabetes. Wow.
Yes.
Huh. Inducing
Yes,
labor.
there's a lot of benefits
I never
for
heard
it.
of it.
Yeah, you remember I was telling you I wanted to change some of the ingredients in my cleansing stuff that I give to clients. I just feel like I'm supposed to be like changing them and doing some different things. And so yeah, I ended up meeting the guy. He's a doula too, and he's from here, and he has the herb. He uses it for his mommies before they have the baby. So yeah, I'm like, okay, universe. I said, give me some good herbs. So this is a really good one.
Nice.
Wow. Nelly says she follows the girl you was talking about.
Yeah, I need to find her.
Was she like, what is her body like super bomb? And she was like showing her body and stuff. She's like older.
You probably thinking about Babette. That's the chef in Inglewood, in California.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
But I think that
so, huh?
No, but the other lady, she's in Florida. But yeah, time to wrap it up.
Yes, it is time. We need an outro. It is time.
Oh yeah.
So we had another subject, but we'll pick that one up. Well, it's just will be an extension of this one, and we really appreciate you guys.
And we'll probably think of 4 more subjects during the week, so we just jumble it up and pick the one that's close to our heart.
Yes, we always got to choose one that we're feeling. So if you guys have not checked out our last interview, then please do that. What was that? Like 2 Sundays ago, I think. That was a really good one.
Below,
and,
I don't know. I'm just
also,
yes,
let YouTube know if you enjoyed the show tonight. Let YouTube know. Thumbs it up. Show us some love. Share it. Make sure that you have your notifications on. Oh, my diffuser went out. I didn't even realize. And look up 70-year woman on YouTube.
Yes. She's probably closer to 80 now, but yeah. And that.
Okay, guys. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Did I forget anything? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I don't know. Get your cheese nut.
Cheese nut. I'm gonna make a whole bunch of little buttons so I can push. Cheese nut. Yeah. All right. Love you guys.
This was fun.
What's our outro? It's been 2 Sundays. What's our outro? We do have an outro. I said we make an outro. We have a freaking outro.
We have one. I don't know.
Yes, we totally have an outro. We do it on every interview.
Diggity. Oh, duh.
Repat, look at. Okay, y'all know. You see how the brain works? Just 2 Sundays, and we act like this is the first show we ever did.
Yes. Okay. Y'all know how we do on
Repat no cap. The migration will not be televised.
The migration will.
It'll be on YouTube.
It's gonna be right here. Y'all know what it is.
Yes. We love you guys.
Deuces.
Bonne nuit.